Hey everybody, this is Arturo from Martina's Studio with a new video of a piece I created for the Character Design Challenge for this month, March 2018. The theme is Dragon and Dragon Rider. Obviously there are a bunch of interpretations and a bunch of great pieces that you can find, so go on Facebook, look up Character Design Challenge and you'll see all the awesome interpretations. In this particular one, I wanted to have a dragon mixed with quadruped anatomy like a horse or a rhino. This particular one that I'm working on is the rhino based one. I thought about maybe adding some wings and might look like a flying tank or something like that. This other one I wanted it to look more of the snaky reptile face, but it was a mix of that with the way it flies. It's like a flying squirrel. You know, it has the membrane attached between his front and hind legs, and he opens it and glides through the air with the rider on his back. This other one, I wanted to explore. Maybe it's like horse racing, or dog racing for that matter, where it's like a cheetah type anatomy. And as I kept exploring that, I was like, well, where do they ride these horses and how do they go about it? And I remember dressage, because my wife does that sort of thing from time to time. She loves riding horses. So I mixed that idea. I fleshed it out. I used the anatomy of the pangolin a bit. You know, I wanted that long tail to be added, and I figured it was a different interpretation of the concept of the dragon and the dragon rider. I didn't want to do like the classic interpretation or something that I love, which is How to Train Your Dragon. I love that movie, and I didn't want to be influenced by that. You know, I wanted to think of something fresh, think of something different that I hadn't seen. So I went with that. You know, a dressage dragon. You know, you might think of some other interpretation, and that's awesome. I mean, if you can think of something better than this, great. You know, but this is what I was going for. And I'm very happy with how it turned out. I was considering doing it as a pencil-based image, you know, just like the line art, but it was too repetitive with the scales and everything. It would have looked great, but it was just too much, you know. And I was doing this in my free time, and I took, I guess, far more time than I should have, really, to do it. But I'm very happy with the result. Like I said, I was influenced by the pangolin and that awesome set of scales and armor that he has from his head to his tail, and it's a really cool animal. I had no idea it existed. I didn't record the whole process of rendering and design, because sometimes I forget. And sometimes I just don't want to, you know, and but I tried to record most of it. For his face, I was influenced by a vulture. You know, I wanted to give him that vulture face. Obviously, it has a bit of that horse anatomy where everything is concentrated in the front. Even though a horse has a long jaw, it doesn't work like an alligator where it opens the whole thing from the hinge. You know, it's just concentrated like to 30% or 20% of its muzzle, you know. And so I was influenced by that, but I definitely wanted to break the silhouette of the profile and give it like that overbite of the vulture or a rhino, you know. And like I said, I didn't record the whole process, but I was exploring with gradient maps and things like that to change the color of the scales, and using shapes to define the different elements of the clothes and the armor. I went with the elf because I thought that the elves were the only race that could tame this wild creature. The way they do it is they sing the creature, the animal. I have no name for it. Sorry. You might think of a cool one, but the creature is tamed by this song that the elves sing. They have beautiful voices, and the creature accepts the rider on his back. I went with that dark pattern because I wanted him to look elegant, like the dressage riders do, and but I wanted him to look not necessarily evil, but to match the scales of the dragon a bit. So if he's purplish, he's wearing that purple sash or cape, and he's wearing bits of armor because he has to come in contact with the creature, and those scales are really sharp, so it's very dangerous for his hands and his feet to be really close to the scales. It couldn't be leather, so it had to be special armor that they fashion. Okay, so he's wearing chainmail gloves and things like that. This is the final image. I'm very happy with how it turned out. The idea is pretty close to what I had in my head, and like I said, and that's not common. That's not often that happens. Anyways, you can click on the logo to subscribe to this channel. Here are more videos from characters I've done for the Character Design Challenge. Check them out. I hope you like them. Let me know what you think, and keep creating, keep creative. Bye-bye.